NRCS, this funding is mostly for risk mitigation for our industry partners. And then we find ways to encourage the farmers to take advantage of the programs that the USDA have in place. And then on their AMS, the funding goes towards equipment and infrastructure. Funding is also leveraged from the Heart of Alabama Food Bank, and we get a number of things with their funding. So we're able to support our intern, Terry Lewis. We get equipment, infrastructure, and our mini grant that I'll talk about later. So through the acquisition of the Resilient Food System Infrastructure Grant, we're able to increase production, processing, transport, and markets that are linked to what we would call regional resilience. So those things that farmers have a hard time getting access to, this grant provides that to an extent. Yes. And so one of the things so several things happened with this. So at the BBMIC, we were able to, the BBMIC, in addition to the other partners, were able to acquire 2 refrigerators, trucks, and as such, it helps with on-farm cooling, because that's like a major issue with farmers not having access to cooling systems. So the farm helps them, and this is in with 60 locations. And we're also able to expand the processing units within 3 locations. One of them was at the, you can go. Oh, sorry, at the BBMIC, which just so happens to be the floor. And so with us upgrading the floor, we're able to provide the foundation for additional value-added processing. Yes. So this is what processing looks like to a great extent at the BBMIC. So we have the collard greens that are being washed, prepped, and then stored in the facility. And it pretty much just helps to reduce post-harvest loss and value added, and while adding value to the product. So if you were to go outside after you leave this presentation and somebody gives you 5 Chick-fil-A gift cards, and oh, what does the BBMIC do? If you can just say these 2 things, there you go, you got your Chick-fil-A money, right? So cool. Next. All right, so the Black Belt Food Corridor Mini Grant. So the mini grant pretty much was created to address the needs of farmers, small producers, the school programs, and the community gardens. So over the past 2 years, we were able to allocate $150,000. We've had over 200 applicants, and 46 grants were actually awarded, ranging from $1,000 to $5,000. So what is good to know, the applications will be open shortly. Recipient spotlight, we've had Mr. Darren Smith. So with the mini grant, he was able to expand his farm by acquiring a new cultivator, which helped to increase production and to improve efficiency on his farm. Then we had Mr. Cornelius Joe and Jose Gadabosi. They were able to improve land management, farm safety, and animal health. And the ASAC, they had also acquired this grant. And through this, they had hands-on demonstrations, which led to peer-to-peer exchange and trust building at farm levels. So for our next spotlight, we have our interns. So this year, we were privileged to have 2 interns. First was Ms. Terry Lewis. She did sensory and quality testing on collard greens, which pretty much stemmed from complaints, just general complaints that persons had about the greens being bitter, and she actually did something about it. So she had her sensory testing, which was really good, because when I first interviewed, I was actually caught part of the process. So it was really interesting to see. And next we have Mr. Amari Dunning. So he pretty much assessed the Black Belt, the Alabama Black Belt food system metrics by creating database for continuous improvements as it relates to the farmer, financial sustainability, the community's food security, and health. And next we have the Solar Cooler Project. So the Solar Cooler Project is also part of the Resilient Grant that we spoke about earlier, and it helps with renewable energy, extending the shelf life. And given that hunting is big in Alabama, what it does is that in the summer, it creates a cool bot, or it creates storage for cool bot.
uses the CoolBot technology
Mhm.
to create a cooler space for fruits and vegetables.
Yes, and then during the winter, it creates heat for them to also store their produce.
Via solar. Yeah, you can see the solar.
Yes, and so at next month we have the Alabama Black Belt Food System Alliance annual meeting, which goes back. We're going to have the farmers, talk about their gaps and then look at ways that we could address it. So that will be in December. So save the date for those of you who are in Alabama. Or if you're interested in coming, come on down. But yeah, so this is like a mini activity, just to take stuff into perspective. We spoke about spending money locally and how that would impact you or impact the community. We just want you to take a second to think about how much money you actually spend on your local food. For me, it's $30 because I have a rabbit. That's it. She just has a $30 budget. And look, so my $30 go towards local foods. Yeah.
I probably grow more myself
Mhm.
than I buy. But I try to buy local. It's hard. It needs to be easier, right?
Yeah.
What about you guys? What is your local food purchasing situation?
I grow them.
Grow it?
I grow mine.
I think for us, well, let me speak for Pine Bluff, Arkansas. It's only like maybe on Saturdays and Sundays where you may have the local food market by the lake may come up, but it's not something that it's regularly attended because Walmart is easier. You have Walmart, Superone, all these, big stores that would have, so the local market is not so much
Supported.
One persons do go, but it's not like, you expect like a flea, you would find more persons at a flea market
Yeah.
more than at the local produce market.
It depends on what time of the year,
Mhm.
but anywhere from $20 to more like 80.
Okay.
That's good.
Per week?
Oh, money.
Oh, the month, okay. Okay.
I have a farmer's market nut. I can go and drop $80 at a farmer's market in a heartbeat.
That's normally when muscadine is at.
Yeah. Yeah, it depends on what's there. Right? If I buy a roast, that at a farmer's market is going to be really expensive.
Yeah. So that brings us to the end of our presentation. These are ways that you can connect with us. Feel free to scan. And yes, thank you so much.
It is?
Yes.
Okay. We're going to have your panelists
Oh.
come up here and sit a minute, a few minutes.